Hi, my name's Joel Hammernick. I'm one of the founding partners for the Coach House Solutions Group. I'm excited to introduce you to the online version of our Idea to Impact Accelerator. This program, designed for nonprofit leaders, helping to support them in thinking comprehensively about how to build or rebuild or design and implement a successful nonprofit organization. In this introduction, what I would like to do is to cover who typically has found real benefit in going through this program, what it is that we cover during the 9 sessions, why is it that Coach House could be a potentially very valuable resource for your organization, and then a little bit about kind of how the course works. So first of all, when we think about who the course is designed for, we have found that about half of the organizations or leaders that have gone through the program do not yet have their 501c3 established. So for people who are literally just getting started, moving their idea into the real world, this course can be very, very valuable. The next group of people that have gone through it are people who work in an existing organization, but that organization has come up with a situation in which they're needing to rethink or reset what they're doing. Sometimes it's a change in the fundraising landscape. Other times it's just a change in the environment in which the organization is operating. We find that we can provide real value in helping to gain clarity about purpose and design and move those kinds of leaders through a new phase, a new season for the organization. Last, we find that organizations that have someone stepping into the executive director or the CEO role for the first time, perhaps they have experience working in parts of the nonprofit world, but they've never had to think comprehensively about the organization that they're taking over. This tool is a very powerful tool for leaders in that situation to really think about all of the parts, understand how the pieces fit together with nonprofit, and how successful leadership can move forward. So what do we cover? In 9 sessions, we work through something that we call a strategic roadmap. We start with sessions on the why. Why do you exist? What is your mission, vision, and values? How do those things fit together so that they work well together and set the foundation for what you will actually do? So from there, we move from why you exist to what you're going to do. And we take you through a very powerful tool to develop your theory of change. A well-written theory of change lays the groundwork for you to begin not only designing program, but also your evaluation and laying the foundation for your fundraising. From there, we move to designing and implementing pilot programs, and with them, the evaluation. Once you have a pilot program design in place, you can ask the question, what do we need to be able to deliver this, and what will it cost? And so we move toward budgeting and thinking about how you align your fundraising in order to support your program. Last, we think about overall leadership. And one of the things that we spend time on during the last session is working on something that we call boards that make a difference. Every nonprofit is legally required to have a board of directors. They are not legally required to have an effective board of directors. Drawing on the author John Carver, we focus on boards that will make a difference. We'll take you through that. A powerful board established in the right manner can be a very real resource to you and to your organization. While we think about the strategy or the strategic roadmap in 9 sessions, that's not all that you need to think about in order to have an effective and a sustainable nonprofit organization. You also have to think about operations. So we've designed 15 supplemental sessions that will begin to be available online that you can take in whatever order and whatever relevance are helpful to you. Things like compliance and platforms and processes and policies, the nuts and bolts that keep the house standing and make the place work. We have a lot of resources available for you in those, and they're available to you as part of this course. So why Coach House? Well, Coach House has a lot of background in working in different nonprofit organizations. We have started new organizations. We have merged organizations. We have restarted organizations, we have moved organizations, we have sunsetted, meaning closed organizations. We've even taken one organization and split it into two different organizations. So our experience is very comprehensive. We also, in all of these settings, have played lots of different roles, some programming, some fundraising, some administrative, and certainly the executive director roles. And then finally, we've served on a lot of different boards and board committees. So we have a very comprehensive perspective on how organizations work. And this, for us, this has been organizations that have no paid staff and a very small budget, all the way up to organizations that have 50 or 60 staff and operate on a $10 million a year revenue budget, and kind of everything in between. The other aspect I want to emphasize, I've already mentioned this in passing, but this key idea here is what we have constantly in our minds as we work with you. We want your organization to be effective, and we want it to be sustainable. And that, by the way, has nothing to do with size. You can have very small organizations, small organizational budget, and just volunteers that are very effective and very sustainable. And you can have multi-million-dollar organizations which aren't particularly effective and often are not sustainable either. So this really has nothing to do with size. Attaching the right scale will be important, but big is not necessarily better. What's awesome is when you're effective and you're sustainable. So the course is 9 sessions, and in order that each of the videos are not overly long, they're broken into modules. As you go through them, there'll be questions along the way for reflection, and then there'll be homework. And if you do each of the homework pieces, you will build the deliverables that you've seen on the website that this accelerator is designed to provide for you. There's also the opportunity to sign up for live coaching along the way through our website. We are very excited to be able to work with you to pursue your dream, to make that difference in the world that you are passionate about, and we would love to support you. Hope to see you soon.